Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the today's session. After having holiday as well as holiday, let us start the new week with a new topic. Today's topic of discussion is recap on Bohr's model of atom after the dilemma of duality. Point number one, he is the one who told the concept of an orbit definite path. And second is what? Energy of an orbit is fixed, and he named these as stationary orbits or stationary shells are the energy levels. Third point, electron can accept or lose only those energies which are equal to difference in two energy levels, and this energy we can calculate using the equation E equal to h nu. So what is nu equal to? Nu equal to E by h. What is here? E is the energy absorbed or emitted, that is difference of energy. Delta E stands for difference in the energy. So that much energy either given out or absorbed. So delta E upon H, the difference by H I have written here. But I have taken one more way. In general, delta E is equal to EF minus EI. EF is the energy of the final energy level and EI is the energy of the initial energy level. Whether electron jumping from 4 to 1 or 3 to 1, we don't know. So I have taken from which energy level it is taking transition or from which level it is dropping. So that is I have taken final minus initial. Using the Rydberg constant value, I have taken this one RH upon NF square minus this minus, and for this also minus RH upon Ni square. Then minus of minus becomes plus. So I have taken Ni first here, RH upon Ni square minus RH upon Nf square. So taking RH common, this is the equation. So putting the value of RH here, 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 into bracket this expression in joules. Okay, now we will calculate in terms of what? Nu. So nu equal to delta upon H, previous slide. So delta how much? Delta just now we have calculated. So 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18. Why? Planck's constant value. Okay, this is in the joules. Planck's constant in the joule second. So this is as usual. So joule cancels second in the denominator. So when you simplify this expression, you will get nu equal to 3.29 into 10 to the power 15 into 1 upon Ni square minus 1 upon Nf square per second or hertz, that is frequency. Now in terms of nu bar, if you want to express, let us use the same velocity of light equation. C equal to nu lambda. So lambda equal to C by nu, or if I take it a reciprocal 1 by lambda, so it becomes nu by C. So what is 1 by lambda? 1 by lambda is nothing but wave number. Definition of parameters, please recall. So nu bar equal to nu by C. Now nu bar equal to, let us substitute the values. So 3.28 into 10 to the power 15 per second, and C velocity of light 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second into 1 by Ni square minus 1 upon Nf square. So per second cancels, meter in the denominator. Therefore nu bar after simplification becomes 1.09677 into 10 to the power 7 into 1 upon Ni square minus 1 upon Nf square per meter. Okay, now here if Ni is more than Nf, if Ni is more than Nf, that time delta E is negative. Energy is given out, energy is released because Ni is more. That is called as, that spectrum is called as what? Emission spectrum. If Ni is smaller than Nf, means from lower level to the higher level it is going. Here it is higher to lower level it is coming. Here it is from lower level to the higher level it is going. So that's why condition is what? If Ni is smaller than Nf, that time delta E is positive. If delta is positive means what? Energy is absorbed, taken. That spectrum is called as what? absorption spectrum depend upon the Ni NFLU, whether it is emission spectrum or whether it is absorption spectrum will decide. Now point number 5 was quantization of momentum of an electron. Under this stationary orbit he named as 1, 2, 3, 4 KLMN and Rn radius of the hydrogen, where A naught equal to 52.9 picometers and energy of the nth shell equal to minus RH into 1 by n square. RH is the Rydberg constant whose value equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules. Here this negative sign indicates that the energy of the electron in the atom is lower than the energy of a free electron. Free electron means what? N equal to infinity. Electron in the n cell which is equal to infinity, far away. That means it is totally free. That means energy is taken as 0. That is called what? Ionization process. Electron has gone out of the atom. Now for hydrogen like system, these are the expressions. Okay, energy of the nth shell, radius of the nth shell, frequency of the nth shell. Okay, only thing difference is what? Z, Z, Z I have taken because Z is the atomic number. So previous one was for hydrogen. These are for hydrogen like system, means single electron system. For example, lithium, atomic number 3. If you want to convert lithium to hydrogen like system, it has to lose 2 electrons. So lithium 2 plus is called as hydrogen like system. He, helium 1 plus is called as hydrogen like system. So these expressions are for hydrogen like systems. Only thing is you write down the atomic number here, Z in place of Z, you will get the values for En, Rn and the Vn for the hydrogen like system or single electron system. Here are the two captions. We are not sufficiently astonished by the fact that any science may be possible. That means a scientist will be something guessing or something imagining. So if his imagination comes true, then he will feel happy, and at the same time he will not feel so happy that this I was guessing. So that means it is not a strange thing. Whatever I am guessing is coming true. So that is the meaning of the statement. Second is what? The only problem of our time is whether a person will be able to overcome his own inventions. This means, see, for a particular theory or for a particular observation, according to him or according to a particular person, it is correct. So whatever he can observe, whatever he can conclude, it is correct according to him. But other scientists will see in a different way. Either the previous scientist has to overcome his inventions or he has to leave to the next person. That is the meaning of this statement. That means science is dynamic, chemistry is dynamic. It has to move from person to person and from year to year. So new ideas has to come out. So that is the meaning of this statement. Failure is so important. We speak about success all the time, but it is the ability to resist or use failure that often leads to greater success. This means failure is the stepping stone to success. That is the meaning of this statement. Why I am using this one? Because Bohr has given wonderful idea, but there are some areas where he could not explain properly. So now we are going for limitations of Bohr's model. Okay. Point number 1. It is valid only for hydrogen and hydrogen-like systems. So for other atoms, it is not valid. That's why this is a limitation. Second is splitting of spectral lines in presence of magnetic field and electric field in hydrogen atom was not explained by Bohr. That means when the hydrogen atom, its electron under the influence of magnetic field, so there what happens? Electron jumps from K to the L. But in the same chapter we learn in the L shell there are two subshells. One is S and one is P. So in the P again there are three subshells. Depends upon the orientation. So when the orientation differs, transition also differs. That's why he was getting two different lines. See the word splitting of spectral lines. Same single line was splitting, but Bohr was not in a position to explain properly. It is a Zeeman from the Dutch. He is a Dutch scientist. He explained properly. You learn in the higher class the effect of magnetic field to the atom. At the same time, electric field effect for the atom explained by German scientist Stark. So there also he said when the electron is under the hydrogen atom is in the electric field, hydrogen nucleus, hydrogen electron, they become two poles, plus pole, minus pole. So they will be in the different orientation. Again, they will see different spectral lines. All those he has explained with the help of a sophisticated instrument, that is by the German scientist Stark. So these two are not explained by the Bohr. Third is ultra fine spectrum is also not explained by Bohr. Here what happens? Electron has spin also. Anti-clockwise, clockwise spin is depend upon the spin. There are some spectral lines that also he has not explained properly. So all these limitations lead to the new ideas we are going to discuss in the same chapter afterwards. Now we are going to the different area of the structure of atom chapter, which is very important. Something there inside the atom that we'll find out now. Okay, something deeply hidden. This is a book written by Sean Carroll. So best book of that time. Now also very interesting. So he has told about the quantum mechanics. Those who are interested, you can go through this book. Now before we go to the quantum mechanical model, there are two interesting things happens in the field of science, especially in the field of physics and chemistry. One is regarding the dual behavior of matter, and second is what? Uncertainty principle told by Heisenberg. So these two led to the different world of structure of atom. First we'll discuss about the dual behavior of atom, so matter, given by French scientist Louis de Broglie. Okay, we'll see. Developments leading to the probability from the certainty. See, electromagnetic radiation has a wave property as well as the particle nature. Earlier we thought it is a wave. Afterwards we concluded that wave is having the particle nature. In the same way, Louis de Broglie or de Broglie, what he concluded, when electron with this much mass, small mass, with a high speed, when it is a particle, why can't it have the wave nature? And it is proved correct afterwards. Therefore, de Broglie in 1924 he gave a wonderful equation. Let us see. De Broglie equation. De Broglie equation states that a matter can act as a wave much like light and radiation, which also behave as waves and particles. The equation further explains that a beam of electrons can also be diffracted just like a beam of light. In a sense, the de Broglie equation helps us understanding the idea of matter having a wavelength. That means particle, electron has the wave nature. That is the idea given by the de Broglie. The de Broglie equation is one of the equations that is commonly used to define the wave properties of matter. It basically describes the wave nature of the electron. Earlier we know that it is the radiation which is having the wave property as well as the particle property. Now particle property is developing the wave property. Electromagnetic radiation exhibit dual nature of particle. Okay. Now what you want to say? Microscopic particle like electrons also proved to possess this dual nature property. So in his thesis suggested that any moving particle, whether microscopic small or microscopic big, will be associated with wave character. It was called matter waves. He further proposed a relation between the velocity and momentum of a particle with the wavelength if the particle had to behave as a wave. We will see the de Broglie. He has combined the two famous equations. One is Planck's equation, one is Einstein's equation. So both are related to the energy only. So h nu equal to mc square. What is nu here? Nu equal to c by lambda. So c cancel. What will get? H by lambda equal to mc. Now rearrangement. So lambda into mc equal to h, or lambda equal to h upon mc. C you take it as what is here? Velocity of light related to the speed. So you can take it as mv also. So h upon mc or h upon mv, both are correct. What is this mc mv? Nothing but momentum. So lambda is equal to h upon momentum. What is the conclusion? Please hold. Now for this equation, I have taken two examples. One is macroscopic with 0.1 kilogram. Other one is microscopic electron 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. This you substitute here, get the answer of lambda. That time how much lambda? 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 meter. Okay. For the electron, what is the lambda? 8967 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. You please compare lambda for the macroscopic bigger object and for the microscopic smaller object. See the conclusion. The wavelengths associated with ordinary objects, means having larger mass, macroscopic, are so short that their wave properties cannot be detected, whereas the wavelengths associated with electrons, which is microscopic, tiny, and other subatomic particles can, however, be detected experimentally. That is the conclusion for the previous calculation. Now I will take one more, once again the same equation, h equal to, sorry, lambda equal to h upon mc, right? Now this is h upon p. Here h is constant. Okay, what is the conclusion? When h is constant, lambda is inversely proportional to the p. So what is the p here? P related to the momentum. So momentum of the moving particle is inversely proportional to the lambda. Okay, so more the mass, less is the wavelength. Lesser the mass, more is the wavelength. So same thing I wrote here. For microscopic less mass, larger wavelength. For the macroscopic more mass, lesser the wavelength. He has concluded with the equations also. So wave nature is inversely proportional to the particle nature. Thus, we conclude that the wave and particle nature of the moving material objects are inversely proportional to each other. For this, a big support is what? Big support is Bohr told MVR, angular momentum equal to NH upon 2 pi. Okay. Now, rearrangement 2 pi R equal to NH upon MV, or the same equation I write in this way. 2 pi r equal to n h upon mv. What is h upon mv? De Broglie equation. So 2 pi r n into lambda means what? Means number of lambdas, number of wavelengths are associated with what? 2 pi r circumference, circle, that is electron revolving around the nucleus is associated with what? Wave character. Very big proof, very big support for the de Broglie equation. Thus, electron moving around the nucleus, okay, is associated with wave nature. That means how light or the radiation has dual nature. In the same way, electron also has the dual nature, both wave nature as well as particle nature. So this is proved afterwards by the diffraction of electron by Davison experiment. With that, we have made the present powerful electron microscope also. So all these are support to the de Broglie hypothesis. So thank you guys. Thank you for being with me about the quantum mechanical model starting point. So further we'll study in our next classes. Thank you.